Hi everyone, this is Ariane here from Project She Went for Her Dreams. I hope this day finds you well. I'm super excited to talk to you a little bit about what I know about work-life balance. And you research or Google work-life balance and you're likely to come up with a ton of topics and articles on what exactly work-life balance is. And I cannot speak to any of them. I think that work-life balance is a very personal thing. What may work for me as, my perfect setting for work-life balance may be completely different. In full disclosure, I am a single woman. I have no kids, so my definition of work-life balance will be very different than a woman who has children or who has a partner. So here's my take on it. So oftentimes, especially as women entrepreneurs, we have a tendency to work and really, really hard, right? Rihanna said it best, work, right? So how do we sort of step in and disrupt, this incessant need to always be on call at our laptops, at our computers, at our desk, answering our emails and things like that, right? When do we shut off the off button, right? When does that go into the off position? So a lot of the times we wait for the weekend to have a little fun, right? To laugh, to play, to joke, to do things that we normally feel that we couldn't do on a weekday. And I think that there's a better way to live. I don't think that we need to wait until Fridays to let down our hair and have fun and kick back, right? And laugh. So how do we start to carve out time so that we can enjoy Monday through Friday without having to wait for the weekend? Or how can we enjoy our day-to-day, right, without waiting for a vacation if we ever take one, right? So sometimes we wait until we take vacation to actually have fun, right? Again, I think that there is a better way. So here's what's worked for me. First of all, when we think about work-life balance, we need to keep in mind that this is, first of all, a personal decision, and it's going to look very different from person to person, right? So it's worth carving out time to figure out what are the activities that regenerate you, that replenish you, that make you feel recharged, right? Is it taking a walk around the block? Is it meditation? Is it reading something inspirational or spiritual? Is it exercise, right? Is it laying out on a beach, right? Taking vacations, travel, right? What are those things that recharge you, right? When you're feeling depleted or burnt out or overworked, right? So identifying what those things are, right? That's step number one. Step number two is setting aside time. Setting aside time on the calendar so that you are actually taking advantage of these things, right? So I like to start my mornings off with meditation. I like to start my morning off with exercise before diving into my email. I'm not always perfect at this, but for the most part, this is something that I like to do to kick off my day because it energizes me, it replenishes me, it centers my mind, and makes me feel ready to take on the day, right? Fun and enjoyment. This is also something that a lot of times gets backburnered, right? We think like, okay, once the work is done, then we can go out to play. And this is probably something that's been instilled in us since childhood, right? But knowing what are the things, how can we start to integrate playtime in our day? A lot of times we can set aside 10 minutes a day or 15 minutes a day to just step away from our desk, right? Take a walk around the block, take a walk in the park, take a yoga class, right? Do something, again, that's going to replenish your soul and recharge you. This is absolutely imperative and super important. So setting aside time to do those things. Vacation, the same thing, right? If vacation time is crucial to you, when are you going to take that vacation, right? Planning it out, again, setting it on the calendar, writing things down is incredibly important. We are more likely to follow through on a task when we have it written down. Another thing that helps to support integrating more work-life balance is to talk about it with people. Let people know your intentions. Like, hey, listen, I'm thinking about taking more breaks throughout my workday. Can you hold me accountable to this? Can you help me to stay on track with this, right? Loop in a buddy. Have them help you to stay true and stay committed to the things that you say you want to do. Having a work-life balance is a mindset. This is something that you choose. It's not something that's freely given, right? So if you're not taking aside time to take regular vacations or take, regular breaks throughout your day, unfortunately, it's just going to fall by the wayside. So same thing goes with mothers, right? Again, I'm not a mother, but I know that this sort of mindset still applies, right? So spending time with your children, right? How important is that to you? And I know it is super important, high on your list, right? So when you're with your kids, when you're, at home with them, being present to them, right? Turning off your cell phone, turning off the computer, and truly being present with them so that you can absorb all the time that you have to spend with your kids, right? Taking them out, after work, or, checking in with them, things like that. Loop in support if this is something that you can't do on your own, right? So you're not alone here. Work-life balance is possible, and it is something that we can all experience if we choose to prioritize it, right? So we can start off small. Whip out your calendar as your first to-do item. Look at your week ahead. Look at some pockets of time. It could be 10 minutes of time, 15 minutes, half an hour. Wherever you see pockets of time that you can dedicate to an activity that replenishes you, write it down. Write it down on your calendar. Set an alarm on your phone to remind you when that time goes off, right? And so the more that you do this, the more that you focus in on setting aside time for fun and enjoyment and fulfillment, it becomes second nature, right? And you're going to notice a difference once you start setting aside time to replenish yourself, to rejuvenate your energy. It's going to change how you show up as a businesswoman. It's going to change your relationships, your communications, right? Your mindset. You're going to find yourself much more energized, vitality, inspired, centered, and focused. At least this is what I experienced as a result of setting aside time to do things that replenished me. So hopefully this advice was helpful. Again, I know work-life balance is very personal to everyone, but it's worth the journey. It's worth setting aside time to describe and define what does work-life balance mean to you. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to suit everybody's needs. It just has to make you feel good, okay? So I'm dying to know, what are your takeaways from this? How will you start to incorporate better work-life balance practices and activities in your life, all right? I look forward to hearing from you. Again, this is Arian Hunter from Project She Went for Her Dreams, and I'll see you next time. Bye.